What is going on, Pokemon fans? Welcome back to JD's Nerdverse. We're doing a prediction video today for ChinChou / Lanturn. ChinChou is known as the Angler Pokemon, and Lanturn is known as the Light Pokemon. This is a very tough playthrough. This is a Pokemon that has a slow level up rate, and it's Water type early, and Electric type, and you think being Electric type would be amazing early, but it's not. So let's go and go over the stats, and I'll explain why this Pokemon is not that amazing. So the stats aren't bad for a first stage Pokemon. 75 HP, 35 attack. I'm sorry, 38 attack. Defense 38 as well. Special defense and special attack are 56, and speed is 67. For a grand total of a base stat total of 330. So that's actually pretty good for a first stage Pokemon. And at level 27, we evolve into Lanturn. Lanturn HP is 125, so good hit points. Attack and defense of 58, not great. Special is attack and defense 76, and then speed is 67 for a grand total of 460. That's not horrible, but it's also not great either. So actually, the first time I played through with Pokemon Silver, I actually used this Pokemon. I picked it up kind of later in the game when I realized that in Pokemon, well, second generation Pokemon, we phrase that, you pretty much need 2 water types because there's so many water HMs you have to have. So I don't remember. I think the other one was Wooper, whatever his name is, or Quagsire, and then I think I picked him up. So this is one of the first Pokemon I ever used, so it's pretty cool. Its typing's pretty unique, but it's just kind of bad, and here's why it's bad. Level up moveset. Start off with Bubble. Bubble is the most garbage move in the history of, one of the most garbage moves in the history of Pokemon. 20 base power, 30 with stab, 100% accurate. Not very good, and it's the only move we get until level 13. At level, we also start with Thunder Wave. Thunder Wave will at least paralyze the opposition. Supersonic will also help. It'll confuse the opposition, but it's very low accuracy. At level 13, we get Flail. Flail is a move where the more your health diminishes, the more powerful it gets, so it will be useful. And here's the problem early, like I said, you just don't have a great powerful move, but you're also water type, and you got to take on Sprout Tower. Sprout Tower has nothing but Bellsprouts, and they're not going to do a lot of damage because, Vine Whip isn't very powerful, but it's going to do a lot to us because we're weak to it. And the counter to that is we don't have anything to use against them. So to make Sprout Tower manageable, you either got to do one of two things. I haven't decided which strategy I'm going to use yet. You either have to diminish all your power points and use Struggle, which wouldn't be horrible, and we have a lot of bulk to do that. Or you have to use level up all the way to 13 and use Flail, which is going to take a lot of time. Now, to do that, that's not the worst thing ever, because I think I got a pretty good strategy for that aspect. But in general, this is going to be a very grindy, and like I said, we're slow level up rate, so we're going to have to fight so many battles for every level. At level 17, we get Water Gun, which is a stab move as well. 40 base power, 60 with stab, 100% accurate. 25, we get Spark. I don't know why this Pokemon does not get Thunder Shock. Thunder Shock would definitely open this Pokemon up, be a little bit better early. But we don't get our first electric move to level 65, and we have to, it just doesn't it just kind of irritates me because the first gym is flying, and even though we're electric type, we're going to take forever to get to that first gym. 65 base power, 100% accurate. With stab, it's about a 98 base power move. Confuse Ray, it's 100% accurate, and it'll confuse the opposition. It's just not very reliable. Confusion strategies aren't reliable, and it's only 10 power points. Takedown, we're not going to use. Garbage move with garbage accuracy with recoil, and then Hydro Bump we're also not going to use. It's not exactly it's a very powerful move. It's just I don't like that 80% accurate. I'd rather just use a more reliable move. Okay, so that's our level up moveset. Can we win the game with this? Of course. There's very powerful moves in this. There's some type diversity for the most part, but we're going to use our TM moveset and make sure we can beat this game pretty handily. Okay, there's 2 moves on here that aren't showing, and I'll go over that here in a second. So Curse and Toxic we're not going to use, neither Zap Cannon. Zap Cannon is very powerful. It's 100% accurate. I'm sorry, it's 100 power. It's stab, so it's 150. But that accuracy, 50%, is just garbage. And so we're not going to use it. Hidden Power, we're going to probably go with Hidden Power Ice. I would love to go Hidden Power Fire and have some more type diversity or move diversity or whatever. But Hidden Power Ice is going to be necessary because we can't get any ice moves until after we beat the Elite Four. So Hidden Power Ice is going to have to be our salvation there. And I think where I would need a fire move is not relevant. I think we can use Surf. So Hidden Power Ice would be the move there. Snore, not going to use. Hyper Beam, probably. That's our Break Glass in case of emergency kind of move. So it's really powerful. It's just hard to get. Protect, not going to use. Rain Dance could come in handy, but I probably won't use it in this playthrough. I'd rather have a little bit more move diversity than rely on one move type or whatever. And where you would use that, it's too diverse a team to rely on one move like that. Endure and Frustration, not going to use Thunder. It's powerful, but we're not going to use it. So I'll get to this in a second. But there is 2 other moves that are not listed here that are tutor moves. They're not TMs that you can get taught. So that's probably what I'm going to go that route. Save up some money and do that. Return is a move that every Pokemon gets. It's a physical move. It's the best physical move this Pokemon can get, other than Hyper Beam, but this one can get pretty early. It goes off for Friendship. So the maxed out it gets is 102, but we also have the Pink Bow, and when we beat Whitney's Gym, it gets a little more powerful. So 102 plus 2 10% boosts. It's not a bad move. For something like a Psychic Pokemon that's feral to physical moves, this will work. We don't have a great physical attack, so that's why it's not like the most reliable move for this Pokemon, but it will get the job done. Double Team, Swagger, Sleep Talk, won't be used. Rest, maybe get used later in the game. Attract, not going to use. Surf, very powerful move, 95 base power. It's like 142 or 43 with Stab. 100% accurate, very powerful move. Flash, Whirlpool, and Waterfall will not be used. So, this Pokemon has not a lot of diversity, but where it does have diversity, there's 2 moves that can be taught via tutor. Ice Beam is, I believe it's 90 base power. I'm going to check that really fast just so I'm not giving people the wrong thing. But it's a move that can be taught right after you beat the Elite Four. A guy can teach it to you. Yeah, it's Ice Beam is 95 base power, 100% accurate. We're not Ice type, so it's not Stab. But with the Mystic Water, with the Nevermelt Ice and beating Price's Gym, it becomes over 100 base power move, Ice move, good type diversity there. And then Thunderbolt is a 95 base power, 100% accurate. So Surf and Thunderbolt are the same exact base power, and they're Stab, so they're very good. Ice Beam and then Return, so that's our moveset. That's not a bad moveset late game. The problem is early. Early you have Bellsprout Tower, so you're going to take forever to get through that. So either A, I got to grind to a level to get through it, or B, I got to grind and diminish all my power points to get through it. And the problem with that is there's not really any Metapods that you can grind on. I do have a strategy though that if I need to grind and get up to level 13. So in the area early in the game, when you're walking through, before you even get to the first town, if you go north, there's a little path north. You can go through there, and there's a bunch of Geodudes that you can one-shot with Bubble. That's a pretty good strategy to level up. So I think that might have to be the route I go if I'm going to just level up naturally. I think it'll be quicker than deleting my power points. So just throwing out there, I think that's the strategy I'd have to go with. But let me know what you think. But that's the stats, and that's the breakdown of the Pokemon. So let's go on up here to back to the first slide, and we'll give a prediction. This Pokemon's got to be over 2.5 hours. It has to be. That grind early. If I could, if somehow, what if scenario, what if ChinChou started with Thundershock or something, that might be a future gameplay, future scenario thing that I might play through as. I'm not sure yet. But the fact that this Pokemon only has Bubble until like level 17 or 18 or 19 or something is very problematic. Flail is not bad, but you have to get weaker for it to get stronger. And we're also not very fast. So we're going to come up against Pokemon. For example, I'm pretty sure that Flail is... I watched another video where Flail was used against Scyther when you face Bugsy, and the player lowered its health down to like 2 hit points, but it still didn't outspeed the Scyther, and Scyther has quick attack. So there's counters to that. There's ways that it's going to get countered, ways it's going to get used against you. But all in all, once you get past the first gym, and you're going to get Water Gun eventually, you don't get any moves early. That's the other problem. Your Mud Slap can't be used. You can't use Headbutt. You can't use Swift. You can't use Fury Cutter. None of those moves can be used. So you relied upon a lot of level up stuff early. And like I said, you can't get Ice Beam or Thunderbolt until after the Elite Four, which is kind of BS. But it is what it is. So yeah, it's going to add up this Pokemon, it being a tough run. Now, when you get Surf, it really unlocks this Pokemon when you get to, I think it's Ecruteak City. And Surf really unlocks this Pokemon. It's very powerful. So yeah, there's a lot of things about this Pokemon that are pretty cool. It's like, I think it's a cool looking Pokemon. I think it's got cool typing. But that level up rate sucks, and its move rate. Now, if somehow you can start the game with this moveset, it'd be a lot better. But you can't. So that's the problem with this Pokemon. It is what it is. I think we'll still have a pretty fun run. The only problem is, I mean, we do have great diversity, like I said. Water, electric, and ice in a normal will cover most things in the game. The only problem is slow level up rate, so we're not going to be at the level we need to get things done, and that's going to be problematic. However, I think it's get done about 2 hours and between 2 hours and 40, 2 hours and 50 minutes. I think that's what the case may be. I still haven't got the mapping of this game down perfectly. It just seems like there's a lot of tediousness in these games. In Generation 2, there's a lot of tediousness. You gotta face so much of Team Rocket. You can beat. Here's the problem with Team Rocket in Gen 2. Gen 1, you can pretty much beat. You don't even have to engage with Team Rocket really in Gen 1. Gen 1, you can skip over Team Rocket altogether if you buy a Pokédoll when it comes to the Game Corner. And you can skip over Team Rocket again in the Silphco. You just have to face one guy, get a move. Get the card key, get the card key, and go face your rival, and then face one guy in Giovanni. It's very easy to do. So in this game, you're forced to face it, and it takes a lot of time up. I've just noticed that once it happens, and it takes so much time, and you're forced. Not only are you forced to face Team Rocket, you're not even facing Team Rocket that's scaled to your level. A lot of the Pokemon are like way lower level than you. It's not really challenging. It's just a grind you have to do to get through a pointless plot point in the game, but it is what it is. But I think it's get done between 2 hours and 40, 2 hours and 50 minutes. Let me just think in the comment section down below. How do you like my new thumbnails, by the way? I think they look great. The next Pokemon I got to play through as is Pichu, and Pichu evolves into Pikachu and then evolves into Raichu. So I'm curious how I'm going to break that down. The way I think I'm breaking down these thumbnails is the Pokemon in the Pokédex is in the foreground. Pokemon that's not is in the back. Its evolution's in the background. So, for example, when I played through with Crobat was what was next in the Pokédex, but Zubat was his base form. Zubat was the background. Crobat was the foreground. ChinChou is the next Pokemon, so he's in the foreground, whereas Lanturn's in the background. So with Pichu, I think Pichu is going to be in the foreground, and like Pikachu or Raichu, I haven't decided which will be in the background. So let me just think in the comment section down below. This is JD. This is JD's Nerdverse. This is the Monday release, and this playthrough will be out on Friday. So nothing's been going on Wednesdays. I haven't had the time. Generation 2 has been kicking my butt because it's been I wouldn't say it's been difficult. It's just been not, I wouldn't say frustrating either. It's existing, and just trying to learn it better and better. And I'm not sacrificing that for other games. But let me just take the comment section down below. It's JD. It's JD's Nerdverse. Have a good one, and I'll see you guys on Friday.